What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm bringing you my bleed build at level 150, of course, to get you guys prepared for the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, and I believe this build will definitely help you guys out. And it's not your traditional bleed build with the Rivers of Blood weapon. I went a little bit different on this one, but this one still does a ton of damage, and you also have some versatility with it as well. So with all that out of the way, let's get right into the build. Alright, so first things first, as for the weapon, I'm using the Eleanor's Pole Blade with the awesome Ash of War called Bloodblade Dance, which procs bleed and also builds up stagger on enemies. I'm using the Godskin Peeler on the offhand with the Seppuku Ash of War. That way we have two twin blades and also builds up bleed a lot faster. I also have the Dragon Communion Seal with scaling high and arcane to give us buffs. And as for the armor, I'm using the Mask of Confidence as the helmet because this also gives us some points in arcane. I'm using Haslow's armor. I'm using the Briar Gauntlets, and then I also have the Scaled Greaves just for the fashion, and also 52 poise. And as for the talismans, I have the Claw Talismans because we will be using jump attacks. I also have the Dragon Crest Crate Shield Talisman to further boost our physical defense. And then I have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia to further increase our attack power with successive attacks. And then the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, when we bleed, we also get more damage. And as for the Flask of Wondrous Physic, I have the Green Burst Crystal tier and the Thorny Crack tier to give us our stamina recovery and also, again, further damage. Now, as for the spells, I like using Golden Vow and the Flame Grant Me Strength because we will be doing physical damage with our weapons here. So this gives us a nice buff. I also added some Swarm of Flies so that way we can, proc bleed from afar to proc our Lord of Blood's Exaltation. And then I just threw in the Dragon Breath Scarlet Rot for bleed resistant enemies to take care of them as well. And as for stats, I'm using 50 Vigor, 25 Mind, 24 Endurance, 17 Strength, 22 Dexterity, 16 Intelligence, 25 Faith, and 53 Arcane. Of course, this is my Astrologer guy, so the Intelligence you won't have 16 if you use somebody else. I would say put more points into Vigor and or Arcane to min-max this build. And then as for the summon, I like using the Black Knife Tish because he likes putting that Rune of Death, Ash of War, onto enemies that give them that health debuff to help you out in battle as well, which you'll see some of that in the boss gameplay coming up. And then, of course, for the Great Rune, like I said in the previous video, we are pretty much going to be using the Radahn's Great Rune. Because at this level, guys, having Radahn's Great Rune gives you a percentage buff to our HP, FP, and stamina. So we're pretty much going to run this on every single build. But that is pretty much it for the build, guys. I hope you guys found this build pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys some boss gameplay and just show you how busted this build is. And there you have it, guys. That is my Bleed Arcane build here in Elden Ring at level 150. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I got more builds cooking here, so that way you guys can get prepared for the DLC. There's a ton of variety here in Elden Ring, and I know as soon as the DLC drops, there's going to be way more build variety, especially with 8 new weapon types. And of course, I think they said it was about like 100 plus weapons, so they might adding more weapons on top of what we already have, plus the new weapon types category. So trust me, there is tons of content coming. And let me know what you guys, let me know what other builds that you guys are interested in. Let me know down in the comments below. I am very curious, and I would be really happy to make builds that you guys are asking for. This was the next build that I had planned that you guys have requested up on the community post. I'll continue to do that to get your guys' feedback to make builds, especially going forward here, going into the DLC. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Deuces.